Woo! Hey, the Monique Antoinette Show is here, is here, is here, is here. Yeah, yeah. Hey, get your guitars out. Woo! Uh-huh. Yeah! That's right. Get happy. Celebrate. Come out. Laugh more. Love more. Live more. Woo! I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. I love it. Makes me feel so good. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, lovely everyday people, that music that we are grooving to is the music for my website. I think it's so appropriate. It really describes me from the inside out, and I love it. So I thought I would share it all with you. Normally what I do in the morning as a part of my spiritual practice, how I anchor myself for the day, I spend time, of course, giving thanks, number one, for waking up. And I just move from there. And I love turning on the computer, clicking on the iPad and going to my website and hitting that button and hearing that music come on. Because it just makes me so happy. So I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to share it with you guys. Okay, so hope you enjoy it. You might be hearing more of it. We'll see. So let me get a sip of water here. I have two. So Monique Antoinette comes out today, right here on the show, in front of you all. The reason why I selected that title, what inspired that title, was a quote that I stumbled upon by the late great Joseph Campbell, and he said, "The privilege of life is being who you are." And I read it and I was like, ooh, that matches exactly what I'm going through right now. And that's why I chose it to anchor this webisode. You see, I had a secret for most of my life that only a few people knew about. And it stayed a secret due to the social, cultural, and religious discrimination that a secret like mine carries. And it was tough. It was 45 years really of silence. And recently I had an enormous breakthrough. And so today I am very, 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 very proud to be able to say that I am Monique Antoinette. I am 45 years old. I am a writer, an entrepreneur, an artist, a chef, a spiritual teacher, and I am also psychic, intuitive, and deeply connected to the afterlife. Yes, how about that? I'll say the last three again because I'm getting used to saying it like that. It makes me feel good. It's like owning it. So I'm intuitive, I am psychic, and I am deeply connected to the afterlife. And what does that mean? Ooh. I'll tell you quickly what it means to me. A lot of people have spiritual gifts. they're just not tapped in and using them. For me, I think I have 4. I have the gift of sight, sound, feeling, and a connection with what I call see-through people. The gift of sound allows me to receive, I call them heaven's messages. The gift of sight gives me sight of the past, present, and future. The gift of feeling really is a gift of empathy and compassion. And the reason is because I'm sensitive emotionally enough to stand next to someone, be on the phone with someone, be thinking about someone, and be able to feel whatever emotion they're living with at that particular moment, whether it be sad, happy, anxious, the whole gamut, all of the emotions I feel and pick up. And my ability to hang out with see-through people is a gift where I receive messages, usually that there's a loved one that wants that they need to get a message to, and usually the message is we need to figure out, I'm here to help you figure out how to let me go so I can get on with my heaven's business and do what I need to do. Yeah. That's it. That's about right. So yeah, those are 4 gifts in one. I've spoke to people, I've read a lot, studied a lot over the years when I was silently suffering, and I know that a lot of people have these gifts. They're afraid of them. They're again, all those areas where those things are discriminated against will have people running for the hills and saying, "Oh my God, that's just crazy." Unfortunately, or I should say fortunately, it's not crazy. It's real. It's happening with me. It's happening with probably some of you. Some of us are more aware than others. So I am very, very proud to be able to say that and speak to you and the rest of the world out loud with me living what Joseph Campbell meant in that quote. The privilege of life is being who you are. A couple of months ago, I learned about the new 30-something generation of people who are working and living and serving others through their entrepreneurial spirit and their spiritual practices. That blew me away. I couldn't believe that, because my generation, the generation before me, never bloomed. Are late bloomers. I'm a late bloomer, but some probably will never bloom. And I was so drawn in and taken to this new 30-something generation because it gave me hope. It really did. They really, really, really inspired me. It is a part of why I'm even sitting here having this conversation with you guys. To see them living their lives. The privilege of life is being who you are. This generation it exemplifies Joseph Campbell's quote to the fullest. And it got me when I heard that these youngsters were practicing yoga and meditation. I just cracked up laughing, because back at that time, when I hit those teens, instead of me doing yoga and meditation, I was getting liquored up, trying to shut it, drugs and alcohol. That was how I was able to escape and get rid of it and turn it off and pretend like it wasn't there. And I just spent many years doing that crazy stuff, when really all that I wanted, all that I dreamed of was, how do I get closer? How do I get closer to God? It was something that I wanted, but those stigmas sent me a message that because I'm evil, God couldn't possibly love me. So I grew up hating myself. I really did. And at one point, a turning point, pivotal point in my life, there was an opportunity for me to make a choice. My entire lifelong challenge would now become my life support system. And I'll share with you what I mean by that. Back in 2004, I was 37 years old, and my son, Brett, exited this life through suicide. And he immediately began showing up to me, just like the see-through people had been doing since I was 7 years old. It was all, at this point, it was all the same. And my mind, because of the grief, because of the religious teachings, the stigmas that go along with suicide, it is ignorantly believed that a suicide soul is damned to hell. That, taking that on, trying to process that and deal with grief at the same time, it fractured my mind, and it sent me into a mental institution. When I started to get clear, I realized I had a choice to make. I would either suffer and probably end up back at Canyon Ridge, or I would have to dig deep and dig hard and probably move away from everything I knew to be true into an intense, deep investigation of trying to figure out what it is that I'm experiencing in a different way, in a new positive way. And when I left that hospital, I left terrified, but I left knowing that that is what I had to do in order to live. And my son, my beloved son, was so gracious because he hung around as my see-through coach for a year and a half until I got the message that he was trying to give me for a year and a half, which was the first message he needed me to understand, was that I would become a master teacher on how to let go of something or someone with grace and love and forgiveness. His second message was for me to know and live and believe that my spiritual gifts were a beautiful, necessary expression of my Creator, God, the All-Knowing. That my kid hung out for a year and a half until I accepted this truth. And I did, but it was with conditions. I said, I know I'm not crazy at this point, but I know this is a lot. So I need to take my time, go slow, and I need to investigate. I need to read. I need to study. I need to meet new people. I need to get a handle on this because this is not what I thought I was here to do. But I know that it is, but I need to go slow and take my time. And that was the agreement that we made. And then he was able to leave, which was beautiful. So he needed to go and hang out in heaven with his homies. And clearly, I needed to go find my homies. I found my new homies. That 30-something generation, these new thought-provoking, inspiring human beings, those are my new homies. And recently, I found new homies. Yes, I did. on Thursday night at 7:30 p.m., 2 minutes from my new home here in Santa Monica. I found new homies through meetup.com, and the organizer sent an advertisement online about the guest speaker. Her name literally jumped off the page. It was Carolyn Zeal. Miss Carolyn Zeal. She is a Huffington Post writer and the creator of a workshop she calls Write for Your Life. I had no idea what I was in store for, but my spirit guided me every step of the way to Miss Carolyn Zeal and her Write for Your Life workshop. That is exactly what I did. She led us through a guided meditation that helped us tap into our 5 senses, and then to write from a particular place that we could identify within our body. It was so amazing. So amazing. So in the form of poetry, I came out on paper. After writing it, I literally nearly gagged trying to get it out of me and into the universe. The recipients of these words were what I now call my sacred circle of 7. The other women that were there to participate in this workshop. I'm so grateful. I was a mess trying to get it all out, but they were so kind and loving and supportive, and I could see that it was a lot for them, it was a lot for me, but I didn't see judgment. I didn't see hatred. I didn't see anything other than, Monique, Antoinette, your secrets are safe here. We got you. And they did, and it was fantastic. The greatest day of my life was the day that I was born. The second greatest day of my life was November 29th. It was the moment that I was free. It took 45 years to get there, but I did it. It feels so good to be free and living a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life. That is why I had to share this with you. I'm not the only one. These 30-something, these renegades, they making things happen, but I kind of like to be the voice for the ones, my generation and the ones before that didn't get it, that haven't experienced a breakthrough, haven't experienced Carolyn Zeal and the Sacred 7. I want that for you. Carolyn, world, everyday people, check her out. You'll find her link below. Ooh. You will find her link below. Hold on a minute. She's amazing. She changed my life forever. She's got a new book she's working on. This workshop is ongoing. Do whatever you got to do to get to her. She's got an upcoming event called the Her Vision Convention. It's a one-day like intensive with her and other people, other powerful women. I'm looking forward to it. When I learned about it, I said, oh, that's where I need to be. It's coming up on January 12th. You'll find a link to that below. And I have to say to the group of women that supported me, also, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I don't really think there are actual words that would ever really appropriately express the gratitude that I felt and continue to feel every day when I just think about you guys. But I just want you to know that I love you and appreciate what you gave me that evening. Thank you so much. You guys all are amazing. I hope you guys are at Her Vision convention in January. And yeah, so also the actual poem that I wrote in the workshop that night, I've got that available for you at the blog site. I also have a few older poems and excerpts from my book that give you a time frame of what I was experiencing at the time of my son's death and the time that I had to stay in the mental institution. It's when I began to put it together, when I was able to see the progression of my journey. It was amazing. It was like a totally different person. I was so excited and proud of me for finding the strength and the courage to get myself untangled and free. I'm proud of that. I feel really good. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't think, we give ourselves as human beings, when we make accomplishments and have breakthroughs, we don't really give ourselves credit, and it feels good to be able to say, you know what, Monique Antoinette, you a bad bitch. You did something really great for yourself. And so I'm gonna give myself a nice look. And if I had a collar, I would pop it. And also, I would like to share with you guys these 30-something-year-olds, this generation. These leaders are Gabrielle Bernstein, amazing, Mastin Kipp, cute with good hair, and Miss Marie Folio. These revolutionary new world, I'm sure, world leaders that I spoke to you about. Check them out. Their brands, their business, their message, their service. It's amazing. It's inspiring. Thank you all for rising up and being my teacher, showing me how to love myself and then to give to the world from that place. I really appreciate that. So listen, you guys, stay connected. I'll be right back. I need to get myself together here. I'm parched. But stay right here, and I'm going to wrap up this webisode. And yeah, so I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. I had to go get it together. Thank you for staying connected. I've got a parting message for those of you who are still silently suffering. Forgive yourselves for all the years of self-hatred that you have inflicted upon yourself. Forgive everybody who has condemned you, everybody who has judged you. Accept yourself. It's time to accept yourself. It is time for you to embrace and then learn about your spiritual gifts and how you can use them to be of service to others in a joy-filled, God-loving way. We are going to end this webisode with the same quote that we began with by Joseph Campbell. Hopefully it will have a new meaning for you. The privilege of life is being who you are. There it is. I'm going to start the music. I love to have a little party at the end. You can join in. Hey, we're free. We're free. Get free. Come on. Learn your gifts. Share with people. Yay! Yep. Come on. Woo! Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on the Monique Antoinette Show. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. I've come out. It's official. I hope you come out too. I hope you take something away from this time we've spent together. I always do. I love, 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 love being with you guys here on the Monique Antoinette Show. Until the next time we get together, be well, be prosperous, and be loved. Bye. Yay. Woo! Hey. Okay, I'm really leaving this time now. Bye.